हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स एंड माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम बैक टू अंजीव सिंह एकेडमी। तो चलिए हम बात कर रहे हैं क्लास 12 इंफॉर्मेशन टेक्नोलॉजी के इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन आंसर्स और यूनिट 3 फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ जावा प्रोग्रामिंग के हम टॉपिक कंट्रोल फ्लो पे आ चुके हैं, यानी कि सिलेक्शन स्ट्रक्चर्स के बारे में आज हम बात करेंगे। इफ एल्स एंड स्विच, इससे रिलेटेड क्या क्या इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चंस हैं और किस तरह के क्वेश्चंस बोर्ड एग्जाम में पूछे जा चुके हैं, उन सारे क्वेश्चंस का एक कलेक्शन करके लेके आया हूं आपके लिए। तो चलिए सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन देखते हैं, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय द कंट्रोल फ्लो। तो कंट्रोल फ्लो एक्चुअली एक कर्सर और कंट्रोल होता है विच एक्सिक्यूट द स्टेटमेंट्स और इंस्ट्रक्शंस। इसका काम होता है इंस्ट्रक्शंस को एग्जीक्यूट करना, उसी को कंट्रोल कहते हैं। और वो कंट्रोल की फ्लो को ही हम कंट्रोल फ्लो की बात करते हैं। हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ द कंट्रोल फ्लो कंट्रोल स्ट्रक्चर इन जावा? There are three types of the control structure in Java: sequential structure, selection structure, and iteration structure. What is sequential structure? When Java execute the instruction in a sequential order, sequential order का मतलब होता है कि जो प्रोग्राम आपने लिखी है, अगर उस प्रोग्राम में 5 लाइन है तो each and every line is going to be execute in their order top to bottom, one after the other, and this is called sequential structure. What is the selection structure? Selection structure allows us to execute the statement on the basis of the condition. It allows us to execute the statement on the basis of the condition. If the condition is true, it executes the one set of instruction, otherwise it executes the another set of instructions. Okay, when the condition is false. How many types of the selection statements are in Java? There are two types of the selection statements in Java. One is called if-else statement and second is called switch statement. Sometimes it is known as the switch case statement also. What is an if statement in Java? The if statement in Java allows to execute a block of code depending upon whether an expression evaluates to true. If the condition is true, then it executes the block of if, otherwise does not. Like this, look at this structure of the Java if statement which is given below. If, and now it's check the condition and then the opening of the curly braces, and this is the closing of the curly braces, and whatever the statements are written here inside the open and close curly braces, that is known as the block. So this block of statements only execute when this expression or condition becomes true, otherwise it will not. What is the use of the curly brackets with the if statement in Java? Actually, the curly brackets is generally used to represent the block of if statement. If there are so many statements which belongs to the if condition, and those statements will only execute when the condition is true, for that purpose we have to use the curly brackets, curly braces. Okay, otherwise you can ignore it. Okay, if there is only one statement in the block after the if, the curly braces are optional. Be careful and remember this. Write a Java program to input the percentage marks, and if percentage secured by the student is greater than or equal to 40%, declare a result passed, otherwise declare a result fail using if statement. So how you will solve this question? The first you have to declare a variable float percentage equal to, then you have to extract the data from the text field 1, j text field 1 dot get text, and convert the data into the float data type, because the text field is always given the string value. And then you check the condition, if percentage greater than equal to 40, j text field 2 dot set text pass. Again I am writing the condition, if percentage less than 40, then j text field 2 set text field. Okay, what is the if-else statement? The if statement in Java allows to execute the block of if when condition evaluates to true, while else statement allows to execute a block on condition evaluate false. Means when you are checking this condition, as you can observe that here I have written two conditions. The one condition is just opposite of the another one. So it is clearly that if this condition is not true, so definitely this will be true. So these types of the situations, instead of writing the multiple condition, one for the true and one for the false, we can suggest and we can use the else statement. Else statement is the optional part of if. It is only required when you want to execute the different set of instructions, statements on true condition and false conditions. Means this is on true and this is on false. Okay, so how it will be, how you can write this Java if else structure. So look at this structures of the Java if else statement. If whatever the condition or expressions you want to write, and write the statements which is inside the open and close curly brackets, then else, again open and close curly brackets, and their statement you will write here. The block of code following if is executed if the conditional expression evaluates to true. The block of code following the else is executed if the conditional expression evaluates to false. Means when this condition is false, it is going to execute the body of else statements followed by the else, and if this condition is true, it will execute only this statement. It does not go and execute this statement. It's going to be skipped. Write a Java program to input the percentage marks. Same question is here, but this times we are using the if-else statement. So now you are easily understand. First declare a variable float, and float percentage equal to float dot parse float j text field one dot get text, and then you are checking the condition if percentage greater than equal to 40 j text field two dot set text pass. You can observe that I'm not using the curly braces here. Why? Because this if statement is having the only one statement inside their body, else is also, so that's why I just ignore it. As I told you, okay, this else is an optional statement. There is a only one statement block after this. The curly braces are optional. Sorry, not else, curly braces. Okay, so you can see this. Okay, now this program here, I'm checking the only one condition, and if this condition is true, it is going to show the message pass. Otherwise, it is going to show the message failed. Which operators are used to combine two or more conditional expression? For that, we are using the logical operators and logical or. Logical and logical or are used to combine two or more conditional expressions in Java. Write a conditional expressions to check the percentage is between 40 to 60. So to check this, we are going to use the logical and operator here. The first format, percentage greater than equal to 40 and percentage less than equal to 60. You can write the same formula in different way. Percentage greater than 39. If greater than 39 means it is start from the 40, and percentage less than 61, it's up to 60 only. Okay. You may write anyone this. What do you mean by the nested if? When the if statements are written inside the another if is called nested if. Like this if expression, this is the one expression, then you have a start the body of if. This body is started here and closed here. Inside this if, I have written the another if statement. So this is the situation of nested if. What do you mean by the nested if else? Nested if else means if else statement is written either inside the if or inside the else, or both. Both means inside the if also and inside the else also. So this is called nested if else. So I have written the three different structures on the basis of the this statements. This is for the example. Suppose if you are getting the this types of the questions, so don't forget to write the syntax. This is mandatory for us. Okay, so if condition 1, then I'm inside the if, I'm writing the one if else statement, and this if else statement is inside this if, and this is the else. This else is belongs to this if. So if condition is false, it will go and execute the statement 3, but if condition 1 is true, it will check the condition 2, and it is true, then statement 1 will be executed. Otherwise the statement 2 will be executed. Same. Now another syntax, another method, the here you can look at this if condition 1, and I've directly written the statement 1, means there is no more condition based on the condition 1. But if the condition was is false, I want to check the another condition here. I want to check the another condition here. So inside the else, I have written the if condition and then else. So if condition 1 is false but condition 2 is true, then statement 2 will execute. Otherwise the statement 3 will execute. Okay, so next is the next syntax as per the definition. So either in if or else or both. So this times I have included if else in the both if, inside the if also, and inside the else also, inside the else also. So this way you can write the this is the nested if else. What do you mean by if else if? if else if means sometime like this you have written here nested if else if, nested if else, and it's become sometimes the difficult. Okay, and complexity is going to increase here. So if you want to check the some condition, that condition is based on the else, means if this condition is true, I want to check the another condition here. So for that purpose we are using the else if statement. Else if is used to check the condition with the else statement. Like this is the if condition 1, and if it is false, so here I have written the another condition, else if condition 2. And else you may write any number of the else if here, there is no problem, you may write any number of else if here. Okay, so I have written here else if condition 2 and their statements, and suppose this one is false, this one is also false, then it is going to execute else statement. So again here else is optional part, you may put or you may not. Now there are some questions which is based on this if else. Write a Java program to input a number and check the value of number and print the following message as per the given criteria. Number greater than equal to 10 is equal, then you have to show the message super. Number greater than number greater than equal to 5 and less than 10, then you show the okay message. Number greater than equal to 3 and less than 5, then you show average, otherwise you will show the below average message. So how you are going to solve this question? This question, first of all, you are supposed to declare a variable integer number, then you have to fetch the data. So I am getting the data from the text field 1, okay, and converting the data into the integer value with the help of the integer dot parseInt. Then you start the checking the first condition, number greater than equal to 10. So if number greater than equal to 10, just show the message super inside the text field 2, inside the text field 2. Okay, but if this condition is false, here I'm using the nested if else, so I'm using the else statement here. Now inside the else, if this condition is false, control moves at here. Now here I'm going to check the another condition. And what is the another condition? If number greater than equal to 5 and number less than 10, this is the another condition is given here. In this case you have to show the message okay. So in jtext field to set text okay. Now if this condition is also false, this one is false and this one is also false, means first this condition and this condition, then it's move on the another else, and inside this else again I'm writing the if statement, and here I'm checking the third condition ki number greater than equal to 3 and less than 5, then print the set text will set the text average, and if all conditions are false, then it becomes the otherwise conditions. So otherwise show the message below average. So now you can see the real example of nested if else here. Okay, write a Java program to input a number. If number is even, then display its square. Otherwise, then display is calculate and display its square. This question actually asked in the CBSE sample question paper. So, and display the square by its cube. So now look at this. There are two variable int a and result. Now I'm getting the data from the text field 1, converting to the integer in with the help of the integer dot parseInt method. Then I'm checking the modulus remainder value of a after dividing the a by 2. What remainder I'm getting? If it is 0, then result is a multiply a, that is the square of a number. Okay, else if a is not equal to, else if, and there is no need to use this condition here, we may ignore this condition. Okay, you may ignore these conditions, because if this condition is false, so automatically you can reset this position. I'm just putting the comments here so you understand okay what is the meaning of else here. So else if the condition is false, number is not even, then definitely it is odd number, then go and calculate the cube of that number, and at last show the output, okay, plus result like this way. Okay, write a Java program to input a number and check the given number is even or not. The same questions I have repeated here, but in this time you have to show the message as an even number and odd number. So look, integer a result, integer dot parseInt, jtext field 1 dot get text, a percent to equal to 0. Show the even message is the even number, otherwise message is the odd number. Now here we are going to use the if else if condition. Write a Java program to input percentage marks and print the appropriate grade. So this is the percentage criteria is given, are given, and these are the grades we have supposed to be print. So now look at this. I have created the two variable. One is the percentage and second is the grade. Now I am fetching the data from the text field 1 in an integer, and then I will start checking the condition ki if percentage greater than equal to 80, put the grade equal to a, else if Look at this, how simple it is in comparison to this structure. In comparison to this structure, this program you can try to solve by using the same concept. Okay, and this program you can try to this that concept, so that it's become helpful for you and you can do a small practice. So if percentage greater than equal to 80, grade equal to A. Else if percentage greater than equal to 60 and 80, grade equal to B. Means if this condition is false, go and check this condition. And if this one is also false, to go and check this condition. Else if. Don't forget to put the space between the else and if. And at last you will write the else, grade equal to D, system dot out println, your grade is this. So this way you can show the message. Okay. Move on the next question. What is the next question? The next question, what will be the value of n after the execution of following selection statement? This question is given in the CBSE question sample question paper. Int n equal to 0 if 6 greater than 7 or 5 greater than 4. So now let me know, 6 greater than 7, is it true or false? Is it false? 5 greater than 4, is it true or false? True. So now this overall this condition becomes true because you have used the here logical or operator, and we all know in case of the logical or operator, if any one condition is true, then finally execution is true here. So the value of n becomes 5 here. It will not move on the else statement. But suppose if it is written like this, 4 greater than 5, in that case what happened, that this whole condition becomes the false. So it's move on the else and the value of n is 7. But in this question, the questions which is actually given here, in this for this question, what is the value of n? The value of n is 5. A group of statements which gets executed based on a condition in Java is called selection statement. Okay. Now, what is the switch statements in Java? What is the switch statement? The switch statements is used to execute a block of code matching one value out of many possible values. So the structure of the Java switch statement, is given like this: switch expression, case constant 1 statements, case constant 2 statements. And now look at the one thing, after the constant value you have written, you have to put the colon sign, and after the colon sign you may write the any number of statements here, and at the end, yani ki before the starting of the another case, you must put a break statement here. Okay, case statement 2 statements break dot 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 means any number of cases, and at last, if suppose you want to give the some default case otherwise condition, for that purpose you have to use the default keyword here, then colon symbol, and then statements, and at last you have to use the break. Okay, so this break is optional if you have writing the default at the last only. Otherwise you're supposed to put the break after the before the starting of the any other case, after the end of the one case. What is the use of the case in a switch? Actually, case is used to compare. Case is just like a case, something like case number 1, case number 2. So it is just like to match a value. Through the case, you are able to identify, display the constant value, and that constant value is going to compare with the expression. Within the switch statements, there can be many case statements. So through the case, you can compare this. Okay, so the expression is compared with the constants. Expression is compared with the constants in each case group, and the matching case group is going to be execute. If the expression evaluates to some constant is equal to constant 1, the statement in the case group statement 1 are executed. So that is the usage of the case here. Similarly, if the expression evaluates to constant 2, the statement in the case group statement 2 is going to be constant 2 are going to be executed. And if no one statement is matched, in that case, the default is going to execute. Okay, what is the purpose of using the default in the switch statements? If there is no match for the expression within any case group, the statements in the default part is executed. For example, suppose this is a one program in which you have written switch dy, and now case 6 day is equal to Saturday break, case 7 day is equal to Sunday break, default day is equal to incorrect day break, and at last you are printing the system.println day. So suppose if the value of day is other than 6 or 7, someone has written the any other value given to this day, any other value is given to this day, then in that case default statement is going to display, so you are getting the output incorrect day. What is the use of the break statement in switch statements? The break statements after the each case groups terminates the switch and cause to execute to continue to the statements after the switch. Okay, so it is mandatory. It is mandatory means after every case you must be write the break, so that after the execution of this case your control will jump outside the switch. Your control will jump outside the switch. So that's why the break statement is required. But what happen if you forget and you are not giving the break statement? We are going to use the break this situation as advantage and disadvantage also depend upon you only. Okay, what happen if the break statement is not used in the switch statement? If the break statements are not used after the each case group, then it will not going to terminate. As I told you, the break statements after each case group is going to the terminate the switch and cause the execution to continue to the statements after the switch. But if the break statement is not written after any case, in that case, and that case is true, and that case is true, then after the execution of then after execution of respective cases, the control moves to the another case and and it assume that case is also true, that case is also true, it assume that case is also true and execute their body and execute their and execute their body, and their body will execute. This is known as the fall through. This is known as the fall through. So remember that this fall through we are using for the advantage. Sometimes the execution will continue either the break statements encountered or to reach to the end of the switch statement. What is fall through? What fall through condition in Java? What is fall through condition in Java? This conditions occurs in the switch control statement when there is no break keyword mentions for the particular case in the switch statement and cause execution of the cases till no break statement encounters, till no break statements occurs or exit from the switch statement. So this is the one of the example of the fall through. Look at the public static void main and the value of 1, and here I have written switch value, and now this value is going to compare with the case, and look at this, there is no break is given here. So what happened? There is no break is given here. So what happened? Where when you execute this program, you are getting the output number 1, number 2, number 3, and this is the default case. Means all statements are going to be execute. What will the value of the RAM after the execution of the following code snippet give reason? So here code equal to 2 and switch code and case equal to 1, RAM equal to 8, RAM equal to 9, and here RAM is equal to 10, and then you are writing the break here. So what happened? Because code is equal to 2, so this case is false. This case is false because it is case 1. So the value of code is going to compare with the 1 and it is false. So code equal to 2 is the true. So this statement will execute. The value of RAM becomes 9 here. And because no break is given here, so this statement is also true. So RAM becomes 10 here. And then you are using the break. It's terminate the switch. So finally, what is the value of RAM? Finally, the value of RAM is 10. Okay, so reason case 2 will be executed and RAM will be becomes 9, but because of the absence of the break statement, the control will move down and case 3 will be executed, which will make RAM as a 10. Now break will be terminate the switch case statements. Consider the following exam code and what will the output of the following program. Switch demo int day is equal to 6, string day name is equal to empty. Now what is the value of day? 6. So just go and match the case 6 here. So what is the case 6? It is Saturday. Day name is equal to Saturday, and here is a break also, so it's terminate. So it will print the Saturday here. What will the output of the following code? Int number equal to 20, switch number, case 10, and case 10, case 20. So definitely it is 20. So this case is going to becomes true. So it will print 20,000, but there is no break statement after this. So this case is also becomes true and it is going to print the 30,000 due to fall through. But here is a break. So this switch is going to terminate here. So finally you are getting 20,000 and 30,000. There is one most important questions I forget to put it here, so I want to show you which questions is the most important here. Let's just move on the switch statement and I'll show. This is the very important line which you must be remember. And where is this? Yes, the expression in the switch statement must evaluate, or you can say only evaluate, to byte, short, int or char. The expression in the switch statements only evaluate to byte, short, int or char. Okay, so these things you must be remember. This is the most important, which I forget. I don't know how I forget. I just recall, remember this right now. So, and what questions is there, what types of questions you will supposed to be there. So it may be like this, कि what types of expressions are allowed in a switch, yeah, what types of value you can compare in switch, in switch. So this is the questions. Okay, what types of value you can compare, or what types of expressions are allowed in a switch statement, in Java. Okay, what types of value, or you can write in expression. Okay, and what is the answer of this? The answer of this is this expression in the switch statements must be related to byte, sort, int or char, or you can say value in the switch statements. ठीक है, क्लियर है ये बात? तो इसको देख लेना एक बार। एक क्वेश्चन और अभी मेरे दिमाग में आ रहा है, और मैं चाहता हूँ कि मैं उसको भी लिख दूँ, राइट नाउ लिख दूँ, सो दैट कि आपका ये काम कंप्लीट ही हो जाए, क्योंकि इट्स टेक सम टाइम्स और कई बार दिमाग में नहीं आता है। तो एक क्वेश्चंस और है यहाँ पे जो मैं लिखना चाहूँगा, क्वेश्चन नंबर 32, differentiate between if else and switch। ठीक है, तो इसके दो डिफरेंशिएट में 2 पॉइंट्स में फटाफट इसको लिख देता हूँ अभी आंसर, ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा। जस्ट कीप विथ मी, कीप विथ मी, कीप विथ मी। यहाँ पे मैंने लिखा इफ एल्स, ठीक है, इफ एल्स, और यहाँ पे मैंने लिख दिया स्विच। ठीक है, सबसे पहला वैल्यू तो यहाँ पे पहला हो गया, एनी टाइप्स ऑफ वैल्यू, एनी टाइप्स ऑफ value can be compared, only byte, short integer or char type value are compared, char type values are compared। ठीक है, दूसरा पॉइंट होगा यहाँ पे, इसका पॉइंट नंबर 1 बताओ, और इसको सॉरी इसको कुछ नहीं चाहिए यहाँ पे, इसको पॉइंट नंबर 2 बताओ, और यहाँ पे लिखो क्या था all relational operators are allowed in conditional expression। इसका मतलब हो गया माय डियर कि ग्रेटर देन, लेस देन, इक्वल टू, नॉट इक्वल टू, ठीक है, ग्रेटर देन इक्वल टू, लेस देन इक्वल टू, ये सारा यूज कर सकते हो। ठीक है, लेकिन यहाँ पे क्या है इसके अंदर में, अरे क्या कर दिया, इसके अंदर में क्या होता है कि सिर्फ इक्वल टू कंपेयर होता है। ओके, ओनली इक्वल टू और नॉट इक्वल टू will be checked, will be compared in switch। ठीक है, तो ये क्वेश्चंस भी काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसको भी ध्यान रखिएगा। इस तरीके से चलिए ये कंप्लीट हो गया हमारा। ओके, मिलते हैं अगले वीडियो में फिर नए क्वेश्चन आंसर के साथ। तब तक अपना ख्याल रखिए। वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज लाइक कीजिए और वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर कीजिए, और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो यू नो बेटर कि आपको क्या करना चाहिए। इस जगह पे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लेना चाहिए। थैंक यू, बाय बाय, टेक केयर।